Good afternoon, folks. A wee Davy short for yous. This morning, in my video, I mentioned that Alistair Union Jack and the Scottish MPs were having a stushy over devolved, Westminster running roughshod over devolved areas. Okay, now what was it all about in the Scottish committee yesterday, where Jack was answering questions, and when asked about Westminster running roughshod our devolution by passing a bill for England and Wales only on agricultural matters. Well, the truth of the thing is that England and Wales are going to be permitted to grow genetically modified foodstuffs, or Frankenstein foods as we tend to call them. Now, the stushy is going to deal with the lack of consultation and the fact that although Scottish ministers have outlawed this stuff in Scotland, being grown in Scotland, because of the internal market bill, whatever genetically modified foods enters into the market in England and Wales, it will be sold, and it must be sold under the internal market rules in Scotland. That will have a massive effect on our farmers, because our farmers won't be allowed to produce cheap genetically modified foods, and that will mean that they are less competitive in the market. It will also see exports of our foods drop, because once it's on the supermarket shelves, it will just be tabbed that the UK allows Frankenstein foods. So people who come to Scotland for value and quality may go elsewhere. They might not. The internal market, people might still want to buy Scottish goods and stay away from Frankenstein foods. So it might be the Scottish farmers in the internal market a niche, but that would be all it would be. The introduction of Frankenstein foods down that road means that they're going to produce large amounts cheaper, and we don't really know the health outcomes from it 20, 30 years down the line. That's why the Scottish Government's waiting on the EU study into Frankenstein foods coming out. So that's what this douche is all about. The Scottish Government objected to England and Wales introducing genetically modified foods because they would go into the marketplace, and because of the rules in the internal market bill, remember that? Well, genetically modified or Frankenstein foods would be sold in the supermarkets here in Scotland, disadvantaging Scottish farmers. So I just thought I'd let you all know what that was about. So Frankenstein foods are on the way. A few years before they'll filter through, but they'll be on the shelves. So only those who can probably afford to buy quality food will be able to avoid them. Those in the lowest incomes, they'll buy whatever's cheapest. So Frankenstein foods are about to enter our food chain. And I think the Scottish Government's absolutely correct. We don't know what the health implications of that move would be. Anyway, that's what it was all about. So I hope you found that interesting. I hope you found it informative. The internal market bill will be used, as in this case, to ride roughshod over Scotland's food standards and any other standard, because they've diverged from the CE mark and they intend to lower standards. Even though they promised they wouldn't, sorry. We know that they're going to. They promised that food standards would get higher. Well, Frankenstein foods don't make food standards higher. Right, that's it for this time. I've got to get ready to get myself to work. So catch you all later.